viewers. Today we are having Aman with us. He is doing Masters of Science in Computer Science from Simon Fraser University, Vancouver, British Columbia. So let's start to know more about his program and his experience in joining the course. Thanks, Aman.
Yeah, first, thanks for inviting me. And yeah, it will be glad, and I will be glad to answer all the questions. Thank you.
Great. Aman, first, can you please introduce yourself about your little bit about your background?
Yeah, sure. Like, I first did my bachelor's in computer science from Maharaja Surajmal Institute of Technology. It's a part of IP University in New Delhi. And after that, like, there I got a CGPA of 8.8. So I applied to 4 or 5 Canadian universities, and I got one of the admit I got from Simon Fraser University. And here the course I'm doing is a professional master's. So it's basically a specialized course. So here I'm doing a specialization in data science. So here, that's how I got into SFU.
Great. I have a question. SFU also offers professional masters in uh, big data, right? So there is an MS. So how is this course different from? Is this the same course being renamed, or how is this both the course different? Aman.
Yeah, it's the same course. Like it's currently it's renamed. So the course is a professional computer science, master's in professional computer science. So the basic difference between this course and the master's in computer science with other universities offer is the other university offer a general computer science. It's a master in general computer science. But for this course, it's a master in a particular specialization. So that's why the name professional comes into picture. So my specialization is in data science. There are various other specializations like cybersecurity, and I guess there are one more visual computing also there. But currently they all changed and made it into a particular single course. So now there is no particular specialization as far as I remember.
Right.
But yeah, the concept is the same. Like that's why it is named as Professional Masters of Computer Science.
Mm, great. And what were the exams that you gave in terms of TOEFL, GRE? What exams are mandatory, and how the
Okay.
scores should be?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like most of the people ask me this, and there's a misconception like you have to give GRE. So for most of the Canadian universities, you don't have to give a GRE. The only requirement is TOEFL or IELTS, and most if you are going for a Canadian university, IELTS is preferred. So the only examination I gave was IELTS, and that's it.
Mm. And what should be the marks? What is an ideal mark score in IELTS?
So the IELTS, most of the universities ask for a 6.5 or above. Mine was 7.5, but I don't think IELTS matter a lot. Like this is the most basic misconception. Like when I was also researching about this thing, so everyone was telling me like IELTS, you should perform well or you should get at least 8 or something. So this is what I want to clear from like connecting with you. The most important thing, I will only talk about Canadian universities and only non-thesis part. Like mine is a professional, so non-thesis part, and I don't talk about thesis right now. So the thing is, the most important part for Canadian universities is most of the Canadian universities are CGPA centric. So the most important and the first of all, the most important priority should be your CGPA. Improve your CGPA in bachelor's, and that's the first and the most important thing.
Right. And how is the application process? What one should highlight in his statement of purpose? And can you please give some idea on the application process?
Yeah, that's a good question actually, because in a statement of purpose, the first thing you should do is make SOP by yourself. I have seen many people make SOP by taking help of others or paying someone. So because you should never do this, because see, like a person who is getting a IELTS score of 6.5 and he is using someone else help, and then he is making an SOP and his SOP is right like a professional English writer. Like no one is judging you on the basis of your English. They just want the statement of purpose. That's why the name is SOP, right? Like it's a statement of purpose, why you want to join the university, how
Right.
this university will help you. So, and the thing is, SOP should be different for every university. Like if you're applying for data science, it should be different. If you're applying for computer science in some other university, it should be different. So SOP should be unique for every each university. That what I would say.
Right, right. So, when is this course starting, and what is the ideal time to want to start to apply for this course? By when should one be ready with his SOP and all the IELTS marks, everything to apply for this course, Aman?
Okay, so this course is only offered once a year. So this course started on fall. So you should apply it before 3 4 months before that, and you should be prepared with your SOP, resume, and everything like your CGPA and everything. So you should apply before 3 4 months before that, and once you apply, like the process is smooth. You just apply on the website, and then the rest of the thing, if you are shortlisted, they will mail you. So the process is really smooth. It's not that difficult, but yeah, you should be prepared with all the documents beforehand.
Right. So, and currently, like, what are the challenges one faces to get their visa process done?
So yeah, so when the COVID time was there, so the visa process took a lot of time. But now I think the process is smooth because most of the backlogs are already cleared. So now there's not much challenges for visa. But yeah, just one thing for the visa thing is like you need to highlight some of the major points, like you will leave the country. So this is the most important point why I have seen like many people visa got rejected because of this. Like in visa, you should say like you will leave the country. You will not go there and settle there. Like you will come to India back if you're applying for India or from any other country. So if you're applying for visa, this is the main point, and this is the main reason why most of the people visa get rejected.
Was there any letter where you need to explain this?
Yeah, there's an SOP you have to write, and also with SOP, there's other documents if you will, like financial documents if you will attach, it will be good. And also you have to link like you will come back to India because you have to show like your parents are there or some where somehow you have to link it that you
Got
will
it, got it.
basically come back to India.
Yeah, yes. Just to make sure that your main intention of going to a different country is to study, not to being a student. Your main intention is to first priority is to
Yeah.
for education, and that your connections with the home country is always there for you to go back and settle down. And probably people's priority changes over the time or something, but that moment in time, what your priority is to study is what you have to make sure that you are highlighting, right?
Yeah,
Right, right,
like
right,
I know, like most of the people here come for the PR.
right.
The majority of the people here come for the PR, but you should not show this in your SOP. The and like you said, the your home connection that should be the most important priority in the SOP.
Mhm.
So
Right,
make
right.
sure.
Yeah, yeah. I think it is common to every country. Like as a student, if you're going to any country in Europe or US, wherever you go, as a student, you are expected to your main intention to be there for being a student in an university and becoming a graduate and going back to your home country if you wish to, or go through the legal process of becoming a work person or whatever the next steps are being taking the legal process, right? Makes
Yeah,
sense.
exactly. It's
Yeah,
with
yeah,
every country.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And how about the total duration of the course, Aman?
Okay, so for this course, the total duration is of 16 months, and which comprises of the 3 semesters of work, 3 semesters of study, and a work, 1 semester which is a co-op or internship, you could say. So it is compulsory. So the internship could be of 4 months. If it's of 4 months, then the course is of 16 months. And for some cases, it's of 8 months. Like my internship, currently I'm doing a co-op term, and mine is of 8 months. So for me, the term is of 20 months.
Right. And how intense the course is?
Okay, so the like if you are doing from India, so I think it will not be that much hard. So you will get your time, but yeah, so you will have to do various assignments. Project will be there. Yeah, but it's manageable. The thing hard is like you will be doing your part time along with the course, right? Because you have to manage your expensive. Living here is not that cheap. So if you want to pay your tuition fee and manage your expense on your own, so you will be doing your part time along with the course. So managing the course along with doing the part time, this is the hard part, I guess.
Right, right. So you said if you're doing it from India, Currently, is the course offered online as well for the students?
No, I was like, if you have done your bachelor's in India,
Oh,
then you know how it goes. But it's different here. Like you cannot copy the assignment. Plagiarism is there.
right.
So you need to devote time to all the assignments.
Right, right. So, since you brought in the topic of assignments, how the assignment load of the courses in the terms, and how do we can we compare the assignments, the quality or the assignments that we do back home in India versus the education that we get here in the particular program, Aman?
Assignment because plagiarism is there. And so you have to do the assignment on your own. It's not that hard, but it's practical oriented. Like it's not like a theoretical assignment. So it's everything is practical here. So you will have to devote time so if talking about one assignment, you will at least have to devote 2 to 3 hours minimum for that assignment only. And in a week, you can assume if you have one subject, so for one subject a week, one assignment will be there.
Right.
And here for me, it's mostly project based. So like in India, back in India in my bachelor's, most of the weightage was of exam. So for me right now, I have given only one exam right now. Most of my courses have been only about assignments and projects. So project play a majority role and or also the assignment. So you have to perform in each assignment.
Nice, nice. It's really nice. And how much weightage is given for the concepts in big data? Since your specific specialization is in data science, I just
Yeah.
wonder, is big data concepts also covered? If so, how much weightage do you think is given?
Yeah, big data is one of the most important subjects for our course. So big data was in our 2 semesters. So it was divided like big data one, which was in my first semester, and big data two, which was in my second semester. So the course has the most of the weightage, like it has the most number of credit, which is 6 in our case. So and also the it also depends on the subject. Like for my first big data subject, most of the part was of assignments. So 70% weightage was of assignments only, and 30% was of project. So there was no exam. And for my big data two subject, 60% was of I think 60% was of assignments and 40% was of project. So it was divided. So
Nice.
in this case also there was no exam, but yeah, project and assignment you have to perform in each and every assignment.
Right, right. And I think if I'm correct, you need to present the project, right?
Yeah,
Right.
we have present the minor project like synopsis you have to give, and also you cannot copy the project. Like back in India, what I did was I'm talking about me. Like I'm not talking about every student. Like I know there are brilliant students, but I was not one of them. So I used to copy. I used to search in YouTube and just change a little bit and then present my project. So here the first part is synopsis and it should be completely different. Like the idea should be unique and you cannot copy an idea from anywhere. So if your idea is not unique, it will straightforward get rejected in the synopsis part, which is also a presentation we have to give, tell about the idea. So yeah, you have to give presentation at different stages.
Is it a group project or an individual project?
It's a group project.
Right.
Most of them are group projects. Assignments are individual, but projects are mostly group.
Nice. So you can group together and discuss and come up with a new idea, and you can present it, and that's how
Yeah,
people do it, right? That's great.
yeah, and for most of the project, you get 2 to 3 months. So
Right.
the project should really be good because you are getting a lot of time. It's not a 1 or 2 weeks project. So
Right.
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, and what one must keep in mind when they move from New Delhi to Vancouver. So, what are the things that one should be ready as they move to Canada?
If you are moving from New Delhi to Vancouver, then at least get an umbrella for sure because it rains every day in Vancouver. So
Yeah,
that's the most important
of
thing.
course.
But jokes aside, like if you're moving from Delhi to Vancouver, yeah, there will be climate change, but we will get used to it. I have seen many of the people get homesick, so you should come mentally prepared. Like you will be alone here, no one will be there. There will be times like you will feel left out, and like there it will be very hectic because you have to give all the assignment project. Part time is also there. You have to manage your expenses. You have to cook by yourself. There's no one. Unless you have your relatives, you have to do everything by yourself. So it might get hectic, but yeah, you should be mentally prepared for it.
Right, right, right. Yeah, on a side note, Vancouver also has got a lot of Indian restaurants.
Oh yeah,
So if
Surrey is
you
there. So
Saray is there, and if anyone gets homesick, always
yeah,
go to a good
always food
restaurant.
is good in Vancouver. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Right, right. So, can you please tell us about your internship process for landing in internship? When does this process starts, and how one must be ready to land in a good job? I mean,
Okay, yeah, sure. So for me, like, there's a portal for our university because for my term, co-op is compulsory. Like internship or co-op, it's the same thing. So for me, internship is compulsory. So there was a portal in which various companies used to come, and you have to apply to all the companies. And if you have got shortlisted, you will get an interview, and this is the process. So I will talk about me. So for me, like I had software development experience. So mine is in data science, but my internship currently is in as an SD role. I am doing a SD role because I have a software developer experience. So I applied for this most of the internship in software development role only because I was interested in this. So for me, I applied to at least 70 to 80 companies, and I got shortlisted in 4 to 5 only. And there also I was getting rejection. I don't know why. Like I don't like for me it would really be easy because I had a 2 to 3 years of experience and the interviews were going really well. But I don't know why I was getting rejection. And like I applied for 80 universities and most of my friends got a internship and I was not getting any internship. So I would say like this happened to many of my people, like
yeah.
many of my friends. So I would say don't get disheartened. Eventually, everyone get an internship. Like this program, the best thing about this program is everyone gets a co-op term. So you will get an internship for sure. It might be in early stage or it might be later. So I got an internship from LinkedIn. I applied through LinkedIn to one of the company. It's in Ottawa right now. I'm doing my internship with a company named Kinexis. So yeah, it's a great company and currently for me it's been good so far.
Nice.
So for the first company, yeah, this is the most important point. Like for the first company, you will have a very you will it will be difficult for you to get into the company because you don't have any Canadian experience. So it might be difficult for the first company, but once you get into a company, then it's very easy. Like you should make connection. You will get to make connection, and different networks should will be there. So it will be easy once you get into a first company.
Right, right. Yeah, that makes sense. As a newcomer, you should not be disheartened from the little small failures that we
Yeah.
have from the rejections in the interview. This is something that every one of us go through. Apply for a lot of companies, and then eventually we land in one of the good jobs, and that's how it all goes.
Yeah, that's a part,
Yeah,
right?
that's a part. That's what makes you strong.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
great. Yeah. So, how does the university helps you in this preparation process? I mean,
Okay, yeah. So university helps a lot actually. So we have each and every student has an advisor, so a program coordinator or advisor. So they also look at our resume, cover letter, help us to make them. We also have one-on-one session regularly with them. And if you don't get an internship, like I got an internship before the deadline. Like if the deadline is say, suppose before May, you have to get an internship. But if you are not able to find an internship before May, so they will contact you and they will try to give you an internship. They will approach different companies and employees and tell them about you. So yeah, like university helps a lot.
right,
So I will give them this.
right. And this process of helping you in preparing your resume starts from which term?
It starts from the first term itself, like from the starting because the main role of this program is that it's a professional term. So from the first day itself, you are made professional ready, industrial ready. So there are different workshop and different things are organized in order to like tell you about what are the different things you would do
Right,
and how to approach an interview and
right.
different things.
In general, how much can one expect an internship salary be from that people get accepted in this particular through this particular program? In general, what is the
Okay,
range?
yeah. So in general, if I talk about the average, so average would be around 4,000, 4,000 to 4,500 K per month. I have seen some Like some get more, some get less, but then average is around this only.
Right. Oh, great. And can you also tell us about the cost of this degree, the whole cost of this degree?
Okay, so the currently right now the cost is around per term 11.5K per term per
Mm-hmm.
semester,
Mm-hmm.
and there are around 4 semesters. So 11.5 you can multiply it by 4. Like
Mm-hmm.
I never did it. So yeah, so
Right,
that's
right,
the cost.
right. And if I'm correct, even though it is a four-term course which completes in 16 months, people do get a 3-year work permit. Am I correct?
Yeah,
People are
it's a
eligible.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 16-month course, but people get a 3-year work permit. This was my doubt when I was applying. So the concept is like this: if there's a course of 16 months and there's no summer break or winter break in between, so you will get a work permit of 3 years.
Mm.
The if there's a winter break and the course is 16 months including the break, then you won't get a work permit of 3 years. But if it's a continuous course without any break, then you will definitely get a work permit. So don't worry about that.
Right, right. And like, what should be, or how should any idea on after graduation, like as you go through the process of graduating, how the is there any campus placements kind of concepts? Can you please tell us about that?
So the campus placement concept, I don't think it's here in Canada in any university. But yeah, like I told you, for co-op, there's a portal, right? So that helps a lot because every company comes there, we can apply there. It's for SFU students only, and it's not like it's for our course only. It's for whole SFU. Like everyone can see that and apply this. So that helps a lot. And good thing about is if you get an internship, then there are a huge possibility that you will get a PPO, like a placement pre-placement offer from that company only. So that's a good thing. But yeah, and also you get into an internship, you make your connection, and from there you because their referral system plays a very important role. Unlike India, like India also I know referral system plays an important role, but here if if you can get a referral, then there are chances become very high. Like you will get selected in the company if your interview goes well. So you make connection, and also there are different fairs. Like fairs are organized, and a university keep up updated. Like if there's a fair apply organized in Vancouver or any other area, then we will get a mail like you should apply. So these are the various things and opportunities we get. But for a campus placement, like an Indian, if you are coming from an Indian university and you are expecting like there will be a campus placement that was like in India, so it won't be here. So don't
Nice.
get disappointed. But yeah, you will get a if you're doing this course, you will get a co-op, and people eventually land a job.
Right.
So not to worry about that part.
Right. And can you give some idea on the living expense side? How much amount one should be ready with every month?
Yeah. So living expense in Vancouver, like it's expensive compared to other provinces. So in British Columbia, Vancouver comes in British Columbia, but in my university is in Burnaby. But yeah, Burnaby and Vancouver is like New Delhi and Noida. So eventually we are considered it same only. So the expense here is around the major expenses of the household, your rent. So it's very expensive here. It's around 700 if you are living in a basement and also sharing with other. If you want to live on your own, it will be around 1200 or 1000 for sure per month. So if you are living on sharing basis with some other friends, so it will be around I would say 1000 to 1500 per month, including everything, groceries, everything.
Nice,
And if
nice.
you, also depends on an individual. Like I know some people expenses are as high as 2000, and
Yeah.
some people can even manage it on 1000.
Mm.
So it depends.
Right,
Also,
right.
if you're living on a share, like there are many of my friends who are living sharing one room, like in one room, two of the people are living there. So the rent decreases because the major portion of the expenses is rent, right? So if someone is paying 700 and if you're living in a one room only, you're living as a two-person, so the rent will be around 350 or 400.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
they manages to do it under 1000 also.
Mm. Right, right. And I just wanted to know, is there any knowledge that will be very helpful for someone before joining this course?
Okay, yeah. So basic knowledge of Python and data science is necessary because most of the people who I in my course there are people who have 4 or 5 years of experience in data science, and who, so you should have a basic knowledge of Python and machine learning also. So it would be helpful. Like it's not like if you don't have any knowledge, you won't be able to survive. You will survive, but it will be hard for you. You will have to give more time and spend more time on the course. So the most important thing is like you should have a basic knowledge of programming. At least Python is must because everything here is done in Python, machine learning, data science, every course, big data, Python, little bit of knowledge of big data. That's it, I think.
Right, right. Uh-huh. And is there anything specific that you would like to, from your learnings, you would like to share with the viewers, Aman?
Yeah, I think like the most important thing is, like I said before, work on your CGPA. If you're doing your bachelor's right now, try to improve your CGPA. And also SOP, make your SOP on your own. Because I've seen people, this is the point, like they use people help, they pay people. Don't do it like that because you should make it on your own. And for every university, SOP should be different and highlight what you want to do and resume should be different for every university applying. Like if I'm applying for a data science position and I have an SG role, then it won't benefit me. I need to show my project in data science only. So my resume was different, my SOP was different for every university. This is what I would say. If you're applying, you should keep these things in mind.
Right. Since you are saying this, I'm just wondering to ask, is it a good advice from what you have seen from your classmates to have some years of experience before getting into this program, coming abroad and getting into this program? Or can a fresher undergraduate from abroad, is it advisable? What kind of a person will it be most suitable? This course will be most suitable, I mean.
Okay, yeah. So work experience plays an role, not that much of role, I would say. Yeah, so the thing is, how the admission process work is first they will look into a CGPA. So consider you have 6 years of experience, but your CGPA is not that good, and there's a fresher who don't have any experience, but his CGPA is 9 pointer. He's a 9 pointer, like 9.3, 9.4. He will get an admit. You won't get an admit. So firstly, CGPA is an important role. The role of work experience comes into picture when you are applying for a job because there are some position like the co-op I got, like my manager told me later, like they were looking for an experienced person and I had an experience in software development, so they opted me. So the role of work experience comes into picture when you are applying for your internship or job. But if you first get into a university, the first and important thing is CGPA. If your CGPA is good, then only they will look into different aspects of the things like SOP, your work experience, resume, this thing. So first thing is CGPA. Your work experience is good. If you have work experience, it will help you to get like your internship, your and also apply for job. You will get help definitely. But if you are fresher, also you can apply and you will eventually get a job. Everything would be same for you. It's not that difficult. It might be difficult, like if a work experienced person is getting in applying for 40 university, he's getting calls like sorry, applying in 40 companies, he's getting shortlisted in 10 companies. You might need to apply for 80 or 100 and you will get shortlisted, but eventually you will also get a job. So it's not like if you're a fresher you can't apply or you should
Right.
not apply. You should definitely apply.
So, for all those undergraduate students who are watching this video, please do not mess up with your
Yeah, exactly.
CGPA.
Like I when I was doing my research, no one talked about this point. So I hope like you asked this question and you did, and so I just wanted to highlight this point. Like CGPA is the most important point for Canadian university at least.
Right, right.
And if you are doing non-thesis part, master in non-thesis.
Right, right. Great, awesome, awesome. Thanks a lot for sharing a great insights about the course, the duration, the cost. Like we covered a lot of things, like the kind of the design of the program and the internship
Yeah.
process. A lot of things you gave a very good idea for someone who is very new and wanted to explore their career or higher education path. Sure, the information will be very useful for a lot of people who are watching this video. Man, thanks a lot.